going on, everybody? It's Thursday, February 7. A warm welcome back to Foxy Games UK. I'm Fox, your reliable source of aggregated video game news, speculation and rampant rumour. Now, just prior to our news items today, I'd like to relay a degree of respect that I have for Microsoft's initiative in providing accessibility to those living with a disability using its adaptive controller. Shown off primetime during a Super Bowl Sunday commercial, the Xbox Adaptive Controller allows more people to participate in the wonderful world of gaming, and that's truly awesome. Okay, with much ado, in today's news, PlayStation 5 Shadow War can deliver next-gen winning Xbox 2. Death blows. The march to victory could have already begun for the PlayStation 5, sourced via T3.com. This article seems to have been framed in military terms, which could be perceived by some as slightly provocative, yet admittedly quite humorous. Link in the description. Here's the full story. So, the coming next-gen console war between the Sony PlayStation 5 and Microsoft's next-gen Xbox Scarlet line is being billed by the media at large, including tech site T3.com, and this battle is set to be one of the fiercest in recent history. So Microsoft is arguably reeling after a current console generation which has left really the American maker's Xbox One install base under half that of its main rival, PlayStation 4, despite sitting on the most powerful weapon in the current gen theatre of console war, the native 4K capable Xbox One X. This battle has been well and truly lost. On the other side of the battlefield, Sony Interactive Entertainment General John Kadira surveys the state of play from a position of authority with 92 million PS4 consoles sold to date, but it is a position that the latest reports indicate can't be maintained for long, really due to rapidly dwindling new PlayStation gamer recruitment. Microsoft, smelling blood as always, has, as we know thanks to a series of intelligence leaks, been hard at work on its next-gen Scarlet program, which is set to deliver a trident of next-gen consoles in an attempt to shock and awe Sony with a blitzkrieg of blows designed to wrestle back console install base and gamer mind share. And with Kadira officially indicating that there would be no new PlayStation until 2020-2021, at least on the face of it, it would seem that Microsoft's counter-attack could be successful, with the Xbox division launching not just a brand new Xbox 2 flagship console, referred to as Scarlet Pro inside Xbox Microsoft, but before the PS5, even a new Xbox One style tiered mid console known as the Scarlet Arcade, and a completely streamlined baseline console nicknamed Maverick. However, and this seems increasingly backed up by the latest PlayStation 5 release date reports, it now looks like Microsoft could have been deceived by an elite covert operation run by Sony, who, while Microsoft sees many details of its slated new systems seeing the light of day, has been hard at work to secretly outmaneuver them with a preemptive PS5 release for Christmas 2019, or at the very latest March early 2020. If these reports are accurate, and Sony has been conducting a secret shadow war against Microsoft and its next-gen console line, and does pull off releasing the PS5 earlier than its rival, then the American maker's planned counter-strike could be derailed before any damage has been done at all, setting up Sony for another triumphant victory and procession to the next-gen crown. What did I say about going militarized here? Now, here are my thoughts. Wow, the way the article was written, one would think we were talking WMDs and regime change, not a couple of next-gen platform releases. But lest we forget, Microsoft are treading a different path with the next generation, and the unification of Xbox Live and Xbox Game Pass across 2 billion devices really is a lofty, ambitious goal, although it's one the Redmond firm believes it can pull off. Now look, I feel it's important to keep it real. With the recent Inside Xbox announcement of Shadow of the Tomb Raider making its way to Xbox Game Pass service next week, just made the service really a little more attractive for many, particularly for gamers who really don't care about the non-ownership of games or simply wish to try before they buy. Now, I skipped on Shadow of the Tomb Raider, so this is a decent catch for Xbox Game Pass. Yes, some will argue the game is only on the service so soon after launch because, well, it's sold rather poorly. Okay, I take your point, but then, so what? Fail to see how this is a disadvantage to the consumer yet to play it. Semantics, ladies and gentlemen. Now imagine for a moment, if you will, Nintendo Switch, mobile, Xbox platforms and PC all playing nicely together in one big open world party, only Sony, though invited, does not really want to attend. They say that there's strength in numbers, so with that, does this not leave Sony PlayStation just a little isolated next generation? Now, Microsoft has even shown its intent by renaming its Microsoft Game Studios to Xbox Game Studios. There must be some significance to that, or why bother at all? Still, I'm not sure how concerned Sony should be at this point. The PS4 is closing in rapidly on that 100 million install base, and Sony's PlayStation Network service brings in more revenue than both Nintendo and Xbox divisions combined. And talking about game service subscriptions, rumor has it EA Access is making its way over to PS4. Not sure how much I personally care about that, especially since I'm none too happy with EA's short-sighted statements recently. Seemingly any game that fails to meet EA's expectations, even if said game falls short by say 1 million units, the single-player mode is blamed. EA are seemingly projecting their deep disdain for the single-player experience more and more these days. In fact, I and others were quite vocal on Twitter yesterday when the news broke. I was so perplexed by EA's position on this that I felt compelled to tweet. EA always blames single-player campaigns for their perceived failures. I'm so sick of EA and a few other publishers' antics. I'm not encouraging anyone here, but I for one will not spend another penny with this publisher until they get its act together. Don't care how great the next game is. Sure, turn on single-player demographic, the demographic that made you. Battlefield 5, a game that sold around 7.3 million copies in just 3 weeks, is a major disappointment to EA, but unfortunately, the thing is, EA could have sold 20 million copies and it's highly probable it still wouldn't have been enough for the likes of Electronic Arts. EA need to look at themselves and not single out the single player demographic for its failures. Take Red Dead Redemption 2 as a comparison, a multi-platform game in a genre that's typically harder to sell than the first-person shooter genre, and it's a single player heavy game, yet managed to ship an astonishing 23 million units, completely destroying publisher Take-Two and developer Rockstar's game's own expectations. Notwithstanding, Horizon Zero Dawn, Spider-Man, God of War, Super Mario Odyssey, Mario Kart 8, Zelda, all hugely successful, you guessed it, all single-player experiences, and more recently even Resident Evil 2 Remake has dominated the software charts globally. So maybe, just maybe, the problem lies with EA and not single-player campaign experiences. But what say you? Though as usual, I'm sure you'll have your say in the comments. And for all your current and next-gen news updates, rumour and rampant speculation, hit the like button, spread the word, and keep it locked to Foxy Games UK, not least because you're all thoroughly clever people. Remember, relevant links where applicable can be found in this video's description. And while you're there, share your thoughts and opinions on today's news, because that unfortunately brings us to the end of another video, but let's continue the discussion in the comments. Subscribe to Foxy Games UK, remember to hit the notification bell so you never miss content, thumbs up if you like it here, and help us reach more like-minded gamers simply by sharing this video. Consider supporting Foxy Games UK via Patreon, and or grab yourself a Foxy Games UK branded t-shirt or hoodie available in various colours and designs. You'll find both links in this video's description. I truly appreciate the support. And that concludes our time together on this Thursday. It was great hanging out. You've all been thoroughly well behaved, and until the next video, always remember, play games, not corporations.